Hi guys, we're taking Ipmat. The whole planning scenario has changed dramatically now that we don't even know when the board exams are happening. Right? Straight away, sorry for all of you guys. The uncertainty is going to continue for a long time. Hang in there. Right? But usually Ipmat has been thought of as an exam which we start thinking of after board exams are done. Board exam is the big event. So you finish that and then you write Ipmat and several other exams in the 5-6 weeks after that. So traditionally, the plan might have been very simple. So worry about boards first. And then Ipmat prep, take Ipmat exam. This year, board exams had originally got deferred, and then everything happened after that, or at least that was the original plan. And that's completely out of the window. Now, we don't even know when the boards are happening. So you're going to be told when the boards are happening, hopefully the 1st of June. So the earliest it can start is say 15th of June. This means the timeline is going to get extremely crunched between board exams ending and all the exams, all your entrance exams after that, because we're not going to have Ipmat in November. And if board exams start by June 20th and go on till July 25th, then Ipmat is going to be July 30th or August 1st. So now all of you have got something of a break. I won't say it's a break. I know it's ridiculously unfair to say now that you know there is a break, please focus on something else. But I'm going to do precisely that. And so you have very little choice. You're probably in your most crucial year academically, and this is where you have to make it count. So I know all of you might have switched off a little bit because you're saying, look, board exams have been deferred. I've been thinking about uncertainty and stress and exam for such a long time. I'm going to just switch off for a week, 10 days, which is good, which is important, which is crucial. And to do that, because last year has been tough. So you need to be mentally strong and raring to go. But the moment you pick up the pieces again, you have to flip your preparation schedule. You've got to say, okay, I don't have, and I'm not going to finish boards and then prepare for Ipmat and go to Ipmat. I'm going to have my boards only post-June. I'm going to use the next month and a half to prepare for Ipmat. Why? Because it could be a very crucial exam. And what's the difference between every year and this year? This year, Ipmat, the number of colleges that are picking it up is huge. We have Indore and Rohtak, and then quite a few of the new IIMs have picked it up. So there's going to be a Ipmat exam as well. And so this could be a wonderful opportunity to study from a premier school and the flagship course. The MBA course is the flagship course for IIM Indore, Rohtak, all of them. So you're going to get a kind of advanced booking for that seat. It's a glorious opportunity to grab. And if you get through this, it's going to give you a leg up on several other options for UG. So it's a good exam to write. And it's a good course to take up. Right? But you've got to say, okay, I don't even know when my boards are. You're not going to prepare for your boards every day from now till July 1st, waiting for that. So you probably have to switch off and switch on to Ipmat preparation now. So keep that in mind. Don't defer Ipmat preparation to post-board exams. It doesn't work. Now, I'm going to move on from here. I'm going to think about how does one prepare for Ipmat, the 3 sections. VRC, Quant, and LRDI. LRDI is Logical Reasoning and Data Interpretation. Right? For different Ipmat exams, LR is more important, DI is more important, both combined. And so you have to worry about IIM Indore, Rohtak, and Ipmat. So do your research, read up and know which one is applicable for what. For reading comprehension and verbal ability, the elephant in the book room is reading. So as much as possible, read away to glory. Now, reading can be thought of as a stressful, pressurizing thing or as a stress-busting thing. Now, especially because you've got a big break, I won't call it a break, but a big time window where you simply cannot write exams, but a bunch of exams are looming at the end. So it can be stressful. So use reading as your tool, not Netflix or Hotstar. So do that to switch off from everything else. That's going to have a massive payoff for Ipmat. Then get comfortable with all kinds of standard questions, para-jumble, paragraph summary, critical reasoning. So several things that get typically tested. So get used to them so that you're not surprised by a question template in the exam. Then take plenty of mocks so that you know where you stand. What should you do for Quant? Prepare from zero. Learn from zero. Build a strong foundation. Just have one caveat here. We put learn from zero, which is important. But if you're already preparing for your JEE or any of your other exams, then you probably have your fundas in place already. In which case, you should rush through this or bypass this and jump to this. Just getting tons of practice for that. For Quant especially, this is super crucial. Getting practice and mocks, especially especially if you're preparing for JEE. The game for JEE and IPMAT could be dramatically different. In JEE, you're going to solving questions from functions and trigonometry and coordinate geometry and inequalities and heavy-duty algebra, several of which do get tested in IPMAT. But having said that, in IPMAT, the questions from the simpler topics are far juicier. So you've got to switch out of your JEE mode and switch into IPMAT mode. So the functions question could be really easy for you, but the profit and loss question is value for money, value for time. So you'll have to say, okay, look, I'm not going to prove that I'm a big stud by dealing with the functions and question and functions. I'm going to take the profit and loss 3 marks and go away. So you'll have to make that realignment, which is why this is very important. Right? LRDI, get used to the standard templates, know what each component is going to be, and then do tons of practice. There's nothing new here. Just one thing, you have to customize it to indoor, Rotek, and Ipmat, depending on what is the focus area for that exam. And done with what I had in terms of prepared script. I know this is an incredibly tough year. The last 12 months have been tough, and the next 6 months are shaping up to be as tough or probably worse. So hang in there. It's a crucial year. Get as much support, help as you can find. If your heart is not in the right place, catch a break, speak to people, speak to friends, family, parents. You shouldn't take the next 2 months too intensely, nor should you completely switch off. And so you have to find balance, get some reserves of energy. You're all capable, wonderful kids, we know that. But hang in there. We at 2IIM offer a wonderful crash course for this. We're going to maximize the time in between now and say a week before the board exam. And that's a crucial time where you're not having to worry about board exams all the time. We need to maximize this time because there's practically going to be no time between end of board exams and entrance exams. And so what do? We have tons of videos, like 400 hours worth of learning already sitting in the system, which you can switch on and learn anytime. On top of this, we have a bunch of live classes. We're going to do 3 to 4 live classes every week, covering every aspect of logical reasoning, data interpretation, which is the simplest section, quant, and the verbal component. So almost everything that's tested in the exam is going to get covered in some form in the live classes. But I'm going to warn you straight away that live classes alone will not be sufficient. We simply don't have time now to do 150 hours of live classes before IPMAT. So you'll have to fall back on the element on the course which is sitting inside, which is extremely powerful, which has maybe 5,000 videos with heavily modularized. For each component, we have a specific chunk. It's going to be massively useful, especially because you have a very short time to cover tons of ground. And you have to customize your preparation. If you're already preparing for JEE, then you've got to say, okay, I know all my stuff. I need to get some practice for quant and then spend more time in RC. If you're a not math student, someone who's not comfortable with math, then you've got to worry less about reading comprehension, verbal ability, and more in building fundamentals in math. So that option of picking and choosing which battles to fight, the course gives you. So take advantage of that. As ever, any part of the course you can click and check and try out the content. Please do avail that. Any questions, queries, reach out to us. Best wishes.